What's up, guys? This is Doctor McFarland. I'm testing out the Mevo once again using the live streaming, and sometimes I can't tell if I'm actually live streaming or not, but this is going to give you a quick glimpse of how to use the Boss Katana 100 watt head. As you can see right here, okay, I got some pedals on here, but I'm using the record line out going into the input of my Toneblock 202 in FRFR mode. So what this allows me to do is basically use the amp model line out into a real cab and get a great sound. So let me make sure I have my volume up here, and let me put it on a clean sound first. So what FRFR mode does on the Quilter amp is it allows the signal to be totally flat. So it's not really, adding its own character to the overall sound. And so all you're really hearing is the Boss Katana head right here. All right, the guitar I'm using is a Eastman 59V, T59V. This is a 335 style guitar. Add in a little bit of overdrive here. All right, so you can hear how clean that sounds going through the tone block. Let's put it on a crunch setting now. And that also sounds really good. It's really just like playing through a real amp, because I'm listening through the speaker cab, but I'm using the Boss Katana as the front end of my sound. So and you can also use a line output for this if you want to go like direct to front of house, then use the phone's record out to go to an amp or vice versa. Let me see what that looks like here. So here's the line out signal. When I use a line out, it doesn't kill the internal speaker, which is like a 3-inch speaker. So I do prefer using the phone's record out option. So I'll plug that back in. And that sounds really good. So let's turn up the delay a little bit. Alright, so there you go, guys. This is really very, very simple. I can use this setting for my head rush. I can use it for the HX Stomp or any other Line 6 Mauler. Technically, you could use it with your Kemper if you wanted to. The new Quad Cortex would sound great. So it really shows off the capabilities of the FRFR option there on the Quilter Toneblock. And then we also have the Boss Katana head, which I chose the head because it has a little bit more ins and outs on the back than the 50 watt version. And I really like using the a 4-cable method when using this amp with actual pedals. But it does have a speaker out there that I can use, an effects loop, and a power amp in, external amp out, and all that fun stuff. So really don't want to go too long here, but if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, I'll just play a little bit more and then we'll shut her down. So thanks, guys, for watching. All right, let me show you real fast what happens if I switch this over to the full Q mode, which means the preamp is now engaged in the circuit. Okay, so things got just a little bit brighter sounding right there, and then we'll go back to the FRFR. And once again, that just sounds a little bit more flat, a little more even sounding, more balanced. And this is the sound on the vintage setting. Okay, which is a lot brighter. I'm not necessarily a fan of that. So if I'm plugging straight into the tone block, yes, I like using the vintage voicing. But in kind of modeling, just set it to FRFR and you'll be good to go. All right, thanks guys for watching. I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.